Good morning, everyone. Let's just get going. I'm all alone, except for my son in law is here today. I'm not sure what his plans are, but they're getting the baby room ready. Anywho, so cute. I love it how they work together and all that. So, we're in the second book of Kings in 5. It's kind of interesting on how the second book of Kings isn't so much concentrating on the kings, more of what else there was around the kings at that time. And interesting on how it kind of concentrates on whom? The prophets, the ones that are talking to God, kind of. And to go back to something I said yesterday, people seem to really be enthralled by magic, right? Things appear magically or whatever. And again, I think about these things even when I'm watching something, a show or whatever, where there's something, kind of outer worldly going on, and that's really what entices people. And it's so sad that people don't realize the magic that goes on in their life all the time. Through supernatural powers? No, just because of the people that they are around. Yes? Mm. Sometimes I wonder on how our expectations of what certain things are in reality in life have become so distorted. And the real, you know, I say magic, the miracles, just get buried. We're not recognizing them anymore as such because we have this fantasy world uh, that people just build up around them. Um, kind of like, yeah, when you watch Hoarders, and the main concern of most hoarders is, yeah, due to the fact that they've got all this stuff just piled up everywhere, they've lost some really important things to them. Things that, again, from people that mean a lot to them. Yes, it just got buried. They're just buried. They wouldn't even know where to go look for it. So, how much do they really care? Oh, well, you can't say that because, hey, they have a problem, right? So, you know what? Mm, we can only make excuses for so long. And eventually, you're going to have to just admit to yourself that I didn't care enough. I just didn't. I didn't look around my environment enough to see the people who actually really love me, love you, right? Because you had expectations on other people who just couldn't give that to you. And it's very sad, I think. Again, where does depression, anxiety, certain other thought process of people come from where that then leads to aggression, theft, all kinds of other things, suicide? Where does that truly, really all come from? From people around them? Just around them? Or does it have a lot to do with our own self? Yes? Might not work in every case exactly the same, yeah? But where's the root of the problem truly? Where have we buried that magic, those miracles that are not supernatural powers or this or that, right? But are an everyday occurrence actually in our lives? Anyway, Let's get going. Said enough. So we're in 5. Naaman is healed. Naaman, commander to the king of Aram, was a man who enjoyed his master's respect and favor, since through him Yahweh had granted victory to the Arameans. Wait a minute, Aram is who now again? Wait a minute. I thought they're not even a part of Israel. Yeah, Yahweh had granted victory to the Arameans. All right. But the man suffered from a virulent skin disease. Now, on one of the raids into Israelite territory, the Arameans had carried off a little girl who became a servant of Naaman's wife. Wow. Uh, okay, so what's buried right there? I'm just saying, this is not right. She said to her mistress, "If only my master would approach the prophet of Samaria, he would cure him of his skin disease." Naaman went and told his master. "This and this," he reported, "is what the girl from Israel has said." "Go by all means," said the king of Aram. "I shall send a letter to the king of Israel." What? What's going on here now? So Naaman left, taking with him 10 talents of silver, 6,000 shekels of gold, and 10 festal robes. What about the girl? He should bring the girl back. No, that would be here. "I'm bringing one of your people back. I'm sorry I took her. Should not have done that. That was wrong." But in a way, maybe he saved her because she was all alone there and would have starved to death because, I don't know. Are the Israelites actually really taken care of? Okay, all right. Just saying. All right, so we don't know. It doesn't say how that girl ended up with this guy that actually seems to be an okay guy according to the beginning of the story. Okay, don't know. All right. But he brings a whole bunch of goodies, which is really sad. It kind of tells me that, oh, gold and silver and whatever material things are more important than the life of a child. Or, as I said, to return the child, find maybe her parent, not parents, but other relatives, right? Or the tribe she belongs to. Okay, no, that's not happening here. Ah, but that doesn't have anything to do with the story. It doesn't? What did I start out with? I'm just saying this. Okay. All right. It read, "With this letter, I am sending." Oh, here's another leaf. Looks like a maple leaf or something. How pretty. Yes. Could be another leaf of something. Don't know. Looks very old, very pressed, very dry. "Servant Naaman to you, for you to cure him of his skin disease." When the king of Israel read the letter, he tore his clothes. "Am I a god to give death and life," he said, "for him to send a man to me and ask me to cure him of his skin disease?" But that's not what the girl said. She said there is a prophet in Samaria. It didn't say the king. Again, not very well written letter then. Listen to this and take note of it and see how he intends to pick a quarrel with me. Come on now, you got to question the intelligence of these kings, okay? Well, I didn't say, well, I can't do that, but I know of someone in my region here, a prophet that seems to be healing people or has this power of bringing dead babies to life, right? So let me get you in contact with him. No, it's right away. So, oh, Why are people like this in leadership? This is ridiculous. They need to live in their own little castle somewhere, you know? And definitely just take care of your own stuff, but definitely not take care of people. This is okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Daniela, just go on. I know. When Elisha heard that the king of Israel had torn his clothes, He sent word to the king. Elisha has to do that. Why have you torn your clothes? Let him come to me, and he will find there is a prophet in Israel. So Naaman came with his team and chariot and drew up at the door of Elisha's house. Also, it's interesting. So the king doesn't really want it, right? Okay, he has people there, but that exalts other people greater than him then, right? You see what's going on here with these kings? Okay, what? Whatever. So Naaman came with his team and chariot and drew up at the door of Elisha's house. And Elisha sent him a messenger to say, "Go and bathe 7 times in the Jordan, and your flesh will become clean once more." But Naaman was indignant and went off, saying, "Here was I, thinking he would be sure to come out to me, and stand there and call on the name of Yahweh his God, and wave his hand over the spot and cure the part that was diseased." Ah, what did I start out with? Did the girl tell him that? She says, "Hey, there's somebody, so go and try. Go and try and see if you can be healed," right? Didn't even give any promises or whatever. And here this because he's a commander of the army. Aha, so he's a bit conceited as well. Well, he's not even coming out to greet me or whatever, right? What's he there for? To brag about his station as a commander in an army? And knowing the king of Aram, and he's like, "Man, the king sent me. Hey, I got permission to come here, and he even sent a letter to your king." So what is it more? Is what he's going through with his skin more important, or what's more important again to this man, right? Who wants healing? I'm just saying, this is so revealing. All right. Surely Abana and Parpar, the rivers of Damascus, are better than any water in Israel. Could I not bathe in them and become clean? And he turned round and went off in a rage. But his servants approached him and said, "Father," his servants, "Father?" That means his sons. What's that all about here? That seems to be odd, right? So at that time, sons and, well, we already know daughters didn't mean a whole lot, but sons also are just servants to their parents? Well, okay, why not? But anyway, sounds like they were his sons. "Father, if the prophet had asked you to do something difficult, would you not have done it? All the more reason then when he says to you, 'Bathe and you will become clean.'" So he went down and immersed himself 7 times in the Jordan, as Elisha had told him to do, and his flesh became clean once more, like the flesh of a little child. Returning to Elisha with his whole escort, he went in and presenting himself said, "Now I know that there is no God anywhere on earth except in Israel. Now please accept the present from your servant." But Elisha replied, "As Yahweh lives, whom I serve, I will accept nothing." Naaman pressed him to accept, but he refused. Then Naaman said, "Since your answer is no, allow your servant to be given as much earth as 2 mules may carry, since your servant will no longer make burnt offerings or sacrifice to any god except Yahweh. Only, and may Yahweh forgive your servant for this, when my master goes to the temple of Rimmon to worship there, he leans on my arm, and I bow down in the temple of Rimmon when he does. May Yahweh forgive your servant for doing this. Go in peace," Elisha replied. What do I always say? Even we were even taught with the divine principle, you just do your 10%. Okay, 3%, 5%, whatever. 10%. And which mostly meant what? Which mostly means what? Tithing? Okay. And God will do the other 90%. I say, okay, give 100%. You do 100%, right? Here, this guy, okay, viral skin disease, whatever that meant, okay? What, was he becoming a leper or something? I don't know, but then he wouldn't be, all right. If it's viral, that's a virus, right? That's contagious. Well, in any case, can be contagious. Well, anyway, so even when God presents people with absolute miracles, the miracles that people are expecting, right? They can't commit. You know why? Because none of us really has to live around God, right? We can't see him. Huh? Can't, really. Right? When it comes to the reality of physical and spiritual. Huh? So it doesn't really matter. So everyone's just fine. Everybody. I've never met anyone who wasn't. Is just fine on offending God. They really are. With something like this. Because to their reality, there is what? Well, all the people around them who may or may not agree with them. Right? What did I say about my Christmas route? I should please everyone. Right? Yes? Well, anyway, so no, that's again. Why am I reading this? Oh, because of the miracle of how his skin was suddenly all. No, we should be reading this according to, wow, you've been given this great gift, if that's really how it happened, right? And yet here you are committing, you're not going to do all that other stuff anymore, right? Except for, rather than say, I'm going to go back to that king, and at the risk of my life, I'm going to try and teach that king about God, the God of Israel. And I'm not sure what the God of Israel is at this point. Oh, we do know, of course, but do the people of Israel know? Is that what the problem is? Again, with this commander, Naaman? Yes? It's interesting. I've mentioned this before and how embarrassed people are about wanting to be God's children, or acknowledging they are God's children. Yes? That's interesting to me. Interesting. Well, I had to get to that point in a way too, because I was very much influenced with people around me as well. Yes? Guys, it's either all or nothing. That's what I say. It's either all or nothing, or you'll never be true to anything. Yes? You become a parent, it's all or nothing. Right? Yes? You're a parent till the day you die. Yeah, some of the physical aspects kind of, yeah, if you do a good job, yeah, if, right, everything goes well with the children, you're kind of looking at eventually 20 years from 20, 25 years going, yep, yep, I got a little more time on my hands now, right, for myself. But then in the spirit, there's not a day that will go by where you're not hoping, praying for your children, grandchildren, their marriages, yes, their spouses. Oh, then of course the extended family of it all, right? Yeah, not a day. There shouldn't a day go by. Yeah, so physical first, spiritual, later in life. Yes, it's got to be 100%. 100%, not 10, not 20, 30, 90, 100%. Yes? How about? Anywho, that's what I'm striving for. Because I know that's what really pleases my Father, my parent in heaven. He just, and that's the most important thing to me. Done. Right? Yes? Okay. Yet Elisha, again, instead of saying, hey, wait. Here, let me teach you on how to teach your king. He says, go in peace, Elisha replied. Huh? What? No. Elisha, why are you giving up here? Right? Again. All He has no problems on reprimanding the king. He says, "Hey, I'm right here." So what? Yeah. Not the king didn't send the message to him, right? He had to hear about it from other people. Right? Hey, I'm right here. Why don't you send him here? Right? Yes, he's got no problem doing that. Yeah, he can't tell this commander Naaman, say, "Hey, no, 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 no. No, I'm not going to accept. He's not going to forgive you or per se. He's not going to look favorably on that. But you're here for a reason too, not just to receive. You were sent here to receive something great, acknowledge our God, and then you're going to go and you teach that too. Yes, that's called give and take. Some people don't know what that means, I think. Well, they didn't hear either, I guess. Naaman had gone a small distance when Gehazi, Elisha's servant, said to himself, "My master has let this Aramean Naaman off lightly by not accepting what he offered. As Yahweh lives, I will run after him and get something out of him." Oh, that's a weird one. What? So Gehazi set off in pursuit of Naaman. When Naaman saw him running after him, he jumped down from his chariot to meet him. "Is all well?" he asked. "All is well," he said. "My master has sent me to say, this very moment 2 young men of the prophetic brotherhood have arrived from the highlands of Ephraim. Be kind enough to give them a talent of silver and 2 festal robes." What did I say about the people around you? Now here's Elisha. He didn't want anything for, okay, what, given what? The power of God's healing, or the information that maybe the dude needed about it. Seems like Elisha knew something about herbs, healing, this and that. He wasn't clueless. It wasn't just all, "Oh, Father God, let me think. This guy needs healing. Can you just do it?" Right? He didn't do that either. Right? And he didn't want anything in return. What he wanted to hear, and he did get some of it, that someone has found to what? The heart of God, or belief in God, the greatness of God, somewhat, to a certain degree. Here is his servant who goes and runs after the guy because he's what? Greedy. And he's destroying this guy, this servant is destroying Elisha's reputation right there. And isn't that what a lot of people, priests, pastors, reverends, are doing when they're asking people for money in their churches? My. What are you people doing out there? "Please accept 2 talents. Naaman replied, and pressed him, tying up the 2 talents of silver in 2 bags with the 2 festal robes, and consigning them to the 2 of his servants, who carried them ahead of Gehazi. When he reached Ophel, he took these from them and put them away in the house. He then dismissed the men who went away. He, for his part, went and presented himself to his master. Elisha said, "Gehazi, where have you been?" "Your servant has not been anywhere," he replied. But Elisha said to him, "Was not my heart present there when someone left his chariot to meet you? Now you have taken the money. You can buy gardens with it, and olive groves, sheep and oxen, male and female slaves. But Naaman's disease of the skin will cling to you and to your descendants forever." And Gehazi left his presence white as snow from skin disease. Whoa! This is talking about inherited sin. Interesting. I'd like to remind everyone watching, I'm not doing this for the views, for fame, or even my opinions. I'm doing this as a condition for God's reputation. God's reputation and some of true fathers' restoration. Yes? Yeah? When I think on how much true parents have done for this world when it comes to all that, then I have to say, Still living, I can give something back. Number one, I will always be loyal to true parents, no matter what. I might not have the money to give to them this or that for, and I always happily gave it because I knew where it went. Okay. And I was never asked. Yeah, I was never asked. I just gave when I could. Yeah. And I'm not going to be blind to the fact that there too, restoration is needed. And as I was helped with all the teachings, this and that, I'd like to do the same with at least some of what I know, some of what I have learned. Yes? Uh, so there it is. Yes? So that's why I'm doing it. Doing it very, very happily. Mm. Am I counting? As Gehazi ran after, am I counting? Am I making a list? Say, hey, now listen, guys, up in spirit world, my heavenly parent, true Father, Jesus. Now listen, I'm doing all this great stuff here, so I hope that means something, and you guys remember, don't send all that suffering and pain my way while I'm still here, okay, when it comes to the people around me and all that. Some people expect that. Then it doesn't happen. Again, they start to lose faith, start to doubt this now. Now, what I've learned is that, thank God, with all the knowledge I have acquired in all different areas, plus physical and spiritual life, I've learned to accept and joyfully, happily accept what may come our way, my family's way. Because I know it is never instigated by God. Kind of the good and the bad and the ugly. It's all just a part of living. And to accept that, say, hey, we don't live in a glass bubble, plastic bubble, whatever bubble that would keep us safe from everything, right? Yes? Well, that would not just keep you safe from everything. It would also keep you from everything that, again, the magic of the people around you. When things work out really well. I mean, when people work together well. Yes? That's what I learned with my journey, through my journey with God, is that grateful for every day. Oh, excuse me. That everyone, yes, everyone I know, everyone I'm close to, yes, especially, of course, the ones I raised, right, can lay their head down at night and they made it through another day safely, happily, content, and in the morning, I'm grateful that there is another day ahead for all of us. Yes? When that changes, someone may go before me or this or that to spirit world. I will continue that anyway. Yes? And then, of course, then you have people in spirit world. They too might still need your prayers, your support, and restoring spiritually as well. Yes, see, it's never ending. It's never ending. But our attitude, our mindset, when it comes to many different things, are kind of key, again, to what? For as long as you're here, create happiness. Enjoy happiness. Yes? And even when you suffer and you are in pain, look underneath all that pain and suffering and find still the magic. Yes? And what else was it? The magic and the miracles. Because they're there. There's one thing that I know for sure. That when I have a bit of a rough time with this or that, Spirit World's always there to embrace me. Always there to encourage me. Honest to God, I cannot remember ever getting a mean, nasty word from spirit world. Yeah, lessons, guidance, warnings, but never mean and nasty, avenge kind of type of stuff. Never, ever. Been challenged by some spirits, but again, oh, you sure are hollering for help. All right, let's see what we can do. Right? Yes. Well, anyway, that's what I have to share today. We should learn from our Heavenly Parent. Yes, 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 yes. We should learn from our brother Jesus. Yes, we should learn from two parents. Of course, God's always right. Of course. There's no, I don't ever question that. Jesus and true parents, they are humans. We're humans at one point. So there is always, right, including within myself, always improvement can be had. Right? Always. Right? And I like, oh, well, we all make mistakes. Oh, we're not perfect. I like, we can always improve better. Yes? Mm-hmm. All right. That's all I have to share today. God's love and blessings always. And may He protect you. And I will talk to you all another time.